Prayer, a universal language. It transcends culture, geography, and time. From the earliest days of human civilization, people have turned to prayer for comfort, guidance, and a connection to something greater. Whether whispered in solitude or chanted in unison, prayer is a profound expression of the human spirit. In ancient temples and modern places of worship, prayer remains a constant. It links us to our ancestors and to each other. The words may change, the rituals may differ, but the essence of prayer remains the same. A heartfelt plea, a moment of reflection, a gesture of gratitude. It is the lifeline between humanity and the divine. Through prayer we seek answers and solace. It connects the mortal to the immortal, the finite to the infinite. In moments of joy and sorrow, prayer is a beacon of hope and a source of strength. Across faiths, prayer unites people of different beliefs and backgrounds. It reminds us of our shared humanity. In the quiet moments of prayer, we find peace and a connection to something greater than ourselves. In Judaism, Christianity, and Islam, prayer is paramount. It is a way for believers to communicate with the divine and seek guidance. From the Western Wall to churches and mosques, prayer binds these faiths together. Through prayer, believers express their deepest fears and aspirations. In despair, prayer offers comfort. In joy, it is a way to give thanks. It allows individuals to connect with their faith on a deeply personal level. From the ancient verses of the Torah to the calls to prayer in Islam, prayer unites believers across generations and continents. It is a living tradition that continues to inspire and uplift. Prayer is a testament to the enduring human need for connection with something greater. It helps us find our place, seek understanding, and find purpose. It reminds us that we are not alone. We explore prayer through Moses, a prophet revered by Jews, Christians, and Muslims. Moses embodies the power of prayer, turning to the divine in times of need and finding strength in his faith. We will journey through his acts of devotion, uncovering similarities between his prayer practices and those in Islam. Moses' approach to prayer shares many commonalities with Islamic traditions. By examining these parallels, we appreciate the shared heritage and spiritual kinship that binds these faiths. Despite our differences, we all seek a connection to the divine, a sense of purpose, and a source of strength. In prayer, we find common ground, a shared language that transcends faith and culture. Moses, the lawgiver, the liberator, the chosen one who led his people out of bondage and into the light of freedom. The prophet who spoke directly to God, whose life and legacy are woven into the very fabric of Abrahamic faiths. His story is not just a tale of ancient times, but a timeless narrative that continues to inspire and guide millions. His story is one of unwavering faith, relentless perseverance, and intimate communion with the divine. Moses' journey was marked by moments of profound spiritual connection, where his faith was both tested and strengthened. Throughout his arduous journey, prayer remained Moses' constant companion. Whether he was on the mountaintop or in the valley, in moments of triumph or despair, prayer was the thread that connected him to the divine. It was his refuge in times of doubt, his source of strength in the face of adversity. When the weight of leadership pressed heavily upon him, it was through prayer that Moses found the courage to continue. Moses' prayers were not merely recitations of memorized words. They were the heartfelt cries of a soul yearning for guidance, forgiveness, and closeness to God. His prayers were conversations, dialogues filled with emotion and sincerity. They were heartfelt cries of a soul yearning for guidance, forgiveness, and closeness to God. In these moments, Moses laid bare his soul, seeking not just answers but a deeper connection with the Creator. His example teaches us that true prayer is an outpouring of the heart, a sincere and humble conversation with the Creator. It is in these moments of vulnerability and honesty that we find our true selves and our true connection to the divine. In the book of Exodus, we find numerous instances of Moses engaging in deep prayer. These prayers were not just for himself, but for his people, for their guidance, protection, and well-being. These moments offer us a glimpse into the raw and intimate nature of his relationship with God. They show us a man who, despite his immense responsibilities, never lost sight of his need for divine guidance and support. They also reveal a fascinating aspect of his prayer life, the physical postures he adopted, postures that resonate deeply with Islamic prayer practices. These postures, whether standing, bowing, or prostrating, were expressions of his humility and reverence before God. Moses' life and prayers continue to inspire us today. They remind us that no matter the challenges we face, we can find strength and guidance through sincere and heartfelt prayer. His legacy teaches us that true leadership is rooted in humility and a deep connection with the divine. As we reflect on Moses' journey, we are reminded of the power of faith and the importance of community. Just as Moses led his people through the wilderness, we too can find our way through life's challenges by leaning on our faith and supporting one another. Let us take a moment to document our own prayers and reflections to create a personal record of our spiritual journey. Like Moses, we can look back on these moments and see how our faith has grown and evolved. In the end, Moses' story is a testament to the power of prayer and the strength of the human spirit. It is a reminder that, no matter where we are on our journey, we are never alone. The divine is always with us, guiding us, supporting us, and loving us unconditionally. May we all find the same peace and strength in our own prayers, and may we continue to seek a deeper connection with the divine, just as Moses did. His life is a beacon of hope and a guide for all who seek to walk the path of faith. As the sun rises on a new day, let us carry the lessons of Moses with us. Let us embrace the power of prayer, the strength of faith, and the beauty of a life lived in communion with the divine. For in these things, we find our true purpose and our true selves. One of the most striking parallels between Moses' prayer and Islamic prayer is the act of bowing. In Exodus 34 verse 8, we witness Moses descending Mount Sinai after receiving the Ten Commandments. The verse states, Moses made haste to bow low toward the earth in worship. This act of bowing, of lowering oneself before God, is a powerful expression of humility and submission. In Islam, bowing, known as ruku, is an integral part of the 5 daily prayers. Muslims bow, placing their hands on their knees, backs straight, heads aligned with their spines, symbolizing surrender and submission to the will of Allah. This shared posture, practiced by Moses and Muslims alike, speaks to a fundamental aspect of Abrahamic faith, the recognition of a power greater than ourselves. It is an acknowledgement of our dependence on the divine and a physical manifestation of our reverence for the Creator. Moses prayed with raised hands, a gesture that has been a cornerstone of spiritual practice across cultures and religions for millennia. It signifies a deep connection between the human and the divine, a bridge between earthly struggles and heavenly hope. Exodus 9 verse 29 describes Moses interceding for the Israelites during the plague of hail. His raised hands were a powerful symbol of his faith and trust in God's intervention. As Moses went out of the city, he spread out his hands toward the Lord, a visible sign of his plea for divine assistance. This gesture of raising hands towards heaven is a universal symbol of supplication, a plea for mercy and intervention. In Islam, raising hands during prayer, known as dua, is a way for Muslims to communicate directly with Allah, asking for blessings, guidance, and forgiveness. Muslims lift their open palms towards the sky, acknowledging their need for God's grace and mercy. This shared gesture transcends cultural and historical boundaries, reflecting a deep-seated human instinct to reach out to the divine in times of need. The act of raising hands in prayer is a powerful reminder that we are not alone in our struggles. It connects us to a higher power, offering comfort and reassurance. It is an affirmation that there is a higher power who hears our pleas and offers solace in our darkest hours. Across the world, people of different faiths engage in this practice, each with their unique traditions and rituals. Historical depictions of prayer show that the act of raising hands in supplication has been a part of human spirituality for centuries. In modern times, prayer gatherings often feature the act of raising hands in prayer, a powerful expression of faith and a way to seek divine intervention. Personal stories of prayer often include moments where individuals have raised their hands in supplication, finding comfort and strength in this act. Community prayer, where groups of people raise their hands together, creates a sense of unity and shared purpose. In conclusion, the act of raising hands in prayer is a timeless and universal gesture that transcends individual beliefs and practices. It is a powerful symbol of our connection to the divine, a reminder of our shared humanity, and a source of comfort and hope in times of need.